Hello. Happy Monday.
Hello. I like how Mandarin Gobi says, hello, everybody, and Jenna.
Yeah, I noticed
As if
that.
she's not a person. She's just and
Maybe she's
Jenna.
just a higher human being, like just elevated above the like, hello, Jenna, and then
She's
all
our
the rest.
AI bot. It's Jenna.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh. Maybe
man,
we
it's
do secretly have an AI bot in chat and we don't know.
well, that's scary because right now I can tell what AI writing looks like, and eventually I won't be able to, and that day could be today.
Which one of you in chat is fake?
Is that the law? If you're AI, you have to tell us.
I mean, it should be. Isn't that iRobot?
Something like that.
From that, I have not read those books.
Yeah, Asimov. But there's the law of robotics. I mean, they have to obey a human unless it it causes another human to come to harm, and they can't allow themselves to be harmed unless if by not harming themselves another human is harmed and stuff like that. And then all the stories within the book are just sort of testing the limits of that and the loopholes of those three laws. It's been years since I've read them, though.
Yeah, I have never read them, but Jake said that I shouldn't bother. Is that your assessment also?
They're dry. They're really dry, and if that's not your thing, if it's science fiction, but like the driest of science fiction.
Yeah, so. I like science fiction, not all of it.
Yeah,
but not super dry science fiction. So Jenna is posting them for us.
There we go.
So thank you, Jenna.
Zen's not wrong. If anyone's going to take the risk of marrying an AI robot, to totally see it being me for science.
All right, there you go. You are appealing to robots.
Good.
That's good.
I mean, for future events, I know. I prefer to be on their good side.
We need to get on our overlord's good side.
So yeah, we generally talk about the weather here on this show, and it's heat index 107 right now. It's unpleasant.
And even in the Great White North in Indiana, it's heat index of 100. We had 2 3/4 inches of rain, and it's just crazy humid here. It did rain just a little bit ago here for no apparent reason why. It just was so humid. It just bleh. So it's just,
I have not gone outside today.
I did go out because I couldn't fertilize all weekend because it stormed Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And so I usually fertilize on Friday. I'm like, well, I got to get it in. So
I've noticed something in these rainstorms we've been having. After a big storm, I think several months ago, I previously said, I haven't had to experience the pests that come along with these terrestrial plants. And now I'm experiencing every fucking pest that comes along with terrestrial plants. First, I got whiteflies. Then I got those China mark moths, the caterpillars that are decimated lilies. And then I went out to the big pond, and that Juan Visa has been just completely wrecked by aphids. They're covered, just absolutely covered. Yeah. But the paradise fish love them. I knocked them all in the water, dumped them in the water.
The fish do like aphids. Unfortunately, they can't get the ones that grow up on the plants. So
they really went after that lily. Like some of the pads poking up out of the water, and the stem is just crawling with them. So when I go out there, I just knock them in the water. Would it be too late for me to get those lacewings?
No, it's a perfect time.
I should order some then.
Yeah, you should order some. And so you can gradually release them like every week because you can keep them in the fridge, the cards of eggs. Okay. So buy a card of them, and they're like perforated so you can tear them apart. And
where'd you get yours?
Arbico Organics, ARBICO Organics. The link is in the Lotus guide I wrote up.
Okay.
So I'm not aware of anywhere else you can buy them actually, but they do a good job. And I like to buy the eggs that are on the cards. You can buy live nymphs, which are a quicker solution, but I think the cards of eggs are cheaper, and you ultimately get more nymphs out of it.
Amazon has them, but they
Barbacore Organics. Yeah, it's the same company.
They were also selling them like as a bundle deal with like with ladybugs and maybe something
and
else.
that's the same company as Arbicore Organics. They vend through Amazon also.
Okay.
But if you buy directly from the company, like for your first purchase, you can get, I don't know why I'm all blurry here. I don't know what happened.
Put your palm in front of the camera. That might help make it reset. There we go.
Anyways, there's like a $10 off coupon or something for new customers or something if you order right from their website.
Plus, you're not giving Amazon the pass through.
Exactly. And it's the same people are going to send it to you, and it's not going to get to you any faster. So if you order through Amazon,
makes sense. Yep.
So order directly from them. And I have ordered ladybugs from them, but apparently the ladybugs, well, and I can tell you, they don't work. They just fly away.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
But the green lacewings, they do work. So I haven't bought any of them this year because I haven't had any aphid problems. Knock on wood.
The aphids just showed up after the storm, and they took over really fast, like really fast.
So when I'm thinking, and I don't know if this is true. I mean, so there's this theory of companion planting, how you would plant something as a beneficial for some other plant. And a lot of it is voodoo. Like there's no real evidence backing it up.
Well, like something that entices them a little more, or maybe even deters them. Like,
so that's one thing. So you can plant something as a trap crop, which I have tried. So I planted nasturtiums because they're supposed to be a good aphid trap crop. But I'm here to tell you that they like lotuses a lot more. They did not give a fuck about my nasturtiums. But and I'm growing nasturtiums again this year. But
I heard something about mint being a deterrent for something, but I've got mint in both of them now, and
that's bullshit. It's bullshit. But anyways, the other companion planting thing is that if you plant things with tiny flowers, it recruits little tiny native wasps as pollinators because they will eat that as food. Well, they're tiny. They look like tiny bees, like teeny, tiny.
I got paper wasp.
Yeah, no. These are like somewhere between the size of a fruit fly and a house fly. They're really small.
Okay.
Anyways, these predatory wasps, they're nymphs. They eat aphids. Like they're good aphid predators. And I have a ton of tiny flowers growing around my pond and throughout my yard. So apparently like sweet alyssum is a good plant for that. And I'm growing a lot of it. A lot of meowing going on.
Yeah. Which cat is that?
It's Tiny Kitty.
Oh. Such a tiny meow.
No, it's kind of a big meow. Shut up.
It sounds like a kitten though.
She's so annoying. But anyways, maybe that's why I'm having a good year. I don't know. There's not a lot of rhyme or reason to it, but something is probably eating the aphids that I was plagued with the past 2 years. I have not seen a single green lacewing adult, even though I've released them for a couple years. And they're native to my climate. I never established a population. So the adults, they're pollinators, so they need to pollinate something. But my yard is full of flowers, big and small. So I don't know. But maybe those tiny wasps are what are doing it. I don't know. But I would try the green lacewing eggs. They do work. And, when you have a pond, you just don't have any options. You can't spray anything. Nothing is safe.
Yeah, you don't want the oil in there. And
yeah,
I'm assuming BT doesn't do anything to aphids.
No, it doesn't do anything. And you can't spray insecticidal soap or neem oil or horticultural oil or, really your only other recourse is to blast them with the hose and the fish eat them. But that doesn't work. I
mean, it gets a bunch of them off of the plant in that moment, but
it doesn't. Your fish
I watch them crawl right back on.
And your fish enjoy the treat, but yeah. So try to. I mean, the thing is like one green lacewing nymph will eat. I don't know. It's something like hundreds and hundreds per day of aphids. I mean, they're just crazy predators.
Well,
So Mandarin Gobi asks if aphids come inside on pothos or peace lily, can you place green lace wings in your room? I would not. I mean, unless you want to have a green lace wing infestation in your
well,
house.
then what you do is when you're tired of the lace wings, you just deploy frogs in the room
Or
to
you
catch
like
the
get
lace wing.
spiders, and when you're tired of the
Spiders.
spiders, then you get frogs, and when you're tired of the frogs, you get.
You get a
There's a
cat.
song about that.
Cat will
So,
be fine. Cat will get rid of all of it.
yeah, I wouldn't do that. What I would do is I would take your plant outside and I would blast it with a hose, and then I would spray it with either neem oil or insecticidal soap. And I would quarantine it from your other houseplants. Keep it outside for a little while until it seems to be better. Keep it well away from your other plants because it'll spread.
I'd be really pissed if I get aphids on my inside plants.
Yeah,
They're
it
doing
sucks. I
well,
mean,
and
it
so I
happens,
don't want to
but
jinx it.
yeah, you can dunk them in your tank too, because
the
your fish
guppies.
they'll love the aphids,
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but
I mean,
anyways, yeah, I would not use green lacewing eggs in my house, especially if you live with your mom or dad. They don't want that. They don't want that.
I don't know why all these bugs got in here, but they're catching the other bugs.
They don't want that.
Yeah, so far, knock on frickin' particle board, whatever this desk is made of, that I haven't had any aphids on the pothos inside.
Yeah, I've never really had I mean, I have had white flies before. That's kind of the most common pests for houseplants. But you can get rid of those with BT in the soil, just saturating the soil with BT.
Oh, that's good to know. I got them on the hibiscus. They weren't that hard to get rid of. And same thing, as soon as I got the BT, the stupid moth larvae, they I guess they just don't want to eat the leaf after that or something.
Well, they're getting the moth larvae are killed by the BT. So.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, because they're a holometabolous insect. So yeah,
cool
problem.
So yeah, that's gone, and now there's freaking aphids.
Yeah. So sweet koi acres sprinkle cinnamon on the dirt a day before they bring theirs in. It gets rid of all bugs. I mean, it's a thing you can try. It's good. I mean, a lot of people, they quarantine their houseplants. Just keep them away from their main collection of plants. So
yeah,
keep an eye on them. And repotting is a good idea too. Repotting something you first get, because the soil is often contaminated, and also the plant will appreciate being repotted anyways.
So Green Machine wants to know what is BT?
Bacillus thuringiensis.
Oh, you're looking at what Scotty said.
Bacillus thuringiensis. It's a bacteria that is native to soil, and it kills holometabolous insects. What's a holometabolous insect, you ask? It's any insect that has a worm stage or a caterpillar, a larval stage, and then it forms a pupa, and then it forms an adult. So flies, moths, butterflies, mosquitoes, anything like that. So not grasshoppers, because grasshoppers are hemimetabolous insects. They have nymphs. So that means you just have a tiny grasshopper, and then it molts to make a slightly bigger grasshopper, to a slightly bigger grasshopper, to a slightly bigger grasshopper. And nymph, Scotty, don't be gross in our stream. A nymph just means a baby insect. And maybe you did date a baby insect. I don't know what you're into. Okay. But Ted says that you're into being rubbed with neem oil at the Clash. Well, there you go.
So Rob's asking, are all the fish on the right side of the tank? Is that the feeding zone? That is the feeding zone. That's where all the food dumps in. And so they see me. I pass by the tank, set up the camera. It's hard to get a natural shot of a tank when the rainbow fish spot you. It's like, well, first of all, this is exactly the time you feed us, and you're not feeding us, but you're setting up a camera and you're nearby, and they're just waiting.
Andy Carson advises we not dunk our aphid-infested plants into aquariums, but I've done that actually, and they didn't spread anything else, and the rainbows ate them so fast. But the thing is this, I have rainbows, and they're not like lazy eaters, okay?
Yeah, they're
food,
voracious.
It's gone in like 0.2 seconds. If you have food that fish that just leisurely pick at their food, maybe the aphids have time to crawl away. But if you have
Well,
rainbows,
that's like
there's no time.
the paradise fish I dumped. There's a lot of aphids, so like they just spread across the surface of the pond when I
Right.
dumped it in
Yeah.
there,
With a
and
pond.
they came up and started eating them. But they don't have enough stomach capacity, and they were crawling right back up on the lily. So it's not like I was drowning them all in one go. But
No, it just, yeah. I mean, and I've tried that, and it kind of gives you like a temporary measure to blast them with your hose. But I think the green lacewing eggs or green lacewing nymphs are more effective. So,
yeah, I
hi,
will
Peter.
order some right after the stream so I don't forget.
Yeah, yeah. And it takes them a few days to get to you. But even the smallest size one is way bigger than you need. So keep them in your fridge and just deploy them a little bit at a time. So it can last. You can deploy them every few days. That way you get like a targeted release. So Jody P says she has aphids all over water lettuce and duckweed in aquariums. Thought I got them all of the plant through she received. Wow. Yeah. You know what? I would just throw those out, Jody. Not worth. I mean, it's hard to get rid of your duckweed, I know. But any infected water lettuce, just give it to the chickens. They'll love it. And I would not like try to save that. That plant is not worth saving.
Easy enough to make more of that.
Yeah. I mean, like a water lily. The other thing you can do for your water lily, you can just sacrifice all the leaves and blossoms and cut it back to the rhizome.
That's what I was thinking about doing.
I would honestly consider doing that. Like with lotuses, I don't do that because if you cut them back below water level, so lotuses have hollow stems that, they're like straws. And if you cut them below water line, water can get in them and then rot the tubers. So you don't want to do that. But for a water lily, you can cut all that foliage and stuff. Just cut it off. Just pull it off and it'll grow back in no time. And, that might be enough to help you break the cycle. So that's probably what I would do. But you could also try the Arbico Organics.
Yeah, here's a shot.
Oh, they're so gross. Yeah, that's the kind I had too. Those gray ones. Because like there's green aphids too, but I had those gray black ones. They're nasty.
Yep.
It's so gross. Yeah, and I really think that aphids, their number one favorite food, lotuses. Their number two favorite food, water lilies.
Well, I ain't got no lotuses, so
yeah. Well, be glad of it because they would be eating them. So
no.
Peter asked me, did I ever have a Belgian beer? I know there's some places you can find Duval in the US and it's amazing. I don't like beer. I think it's gross. So no.
You're not really a drinker at all.
No, I don't drink. I haven't had a drink in a long time. I just don't care about it. So, and I really dislike beer. I mean, maybe I've had a Belgian beer, but not a whole one. I don't know if I've ever consumed an entire beer. I think it's pretty gross.
I think Belgian beers is Stella Artois a Belgian beer? That might be the closest thing I've had.
I think so.
I don't know, 15, 20 years ago. No.
Yeah, the last time I had a drink was before COVID. I just don't care about it. And there are better calories to consume. I don't drink calories, so.
Beer is proof God loves us.
I mean, I don't know. I guess I don't care about God's love then because I don't drink beer.
Gummies or beer or both?
Yeah, I also don't really like marijuana, so neither. Also, anything gummy is kind of gross. And it's not.
You're not even much of a caffeine. You just drink the tea. So like you don't alter your brain like at all.
I have a small amount of caffeine so I can do my corporate job. Yeah, I pretty much just drink tea unsweetened and a lot of seltzer water, but that's not sweetened. Big Cat is a fan. The Belgian Trappist beers win best beers of the world off.
Nice.
There you go.
Oh my God. Teams messages go away.
Oh, go away, Teams. God, I have nightmares about Teams.
Mm-hmm.
Matt asked if I like booger sugar. You know what? I don't like beer, but cocaine is great.
Yeah.
I won't have coffee, but cocaine, sure.
Spindrift is my addiction currently, says Josh. You're
I
into that one
love
too.
Spindrift. You know, I always tell myself I'm going to quit buying it because it's needlessly expensive. But then I think, I don't know. I have very few like food or drink indulgences. So
Rob has a great point. Eat a gummy before cleaning your tanks. I've
it's
I've
not
popped
legal
a
in my
gummy.
state.
No, I mean, you can probably get like Delta 8 or something, but
I know.
you go clean a tank and then you just have so many ideas, just so
But the
many.
thing is, this is like, I really hate the way weed feels. Like, it
Really.
makes my mouth dry, and I just don't like it. I just don't like it. It just makes me want to eat, and I probably should eat less. So,
Yeah, good point there. Like if you don't want to get the munchies and
no,
raid the
and
fridge.
it's never like, oh, I really want to eat vegetables. No, it's like, oh, I really want to eat an entire cake.
You just got to keep the healthy stuff in the fridge, and then because it all tastes good when you got the munchies. Like, ah, crap, all I got is kale. You know what? Kale's not so bad.
I mean, there's no judgment for people who enjoy it. That's fine. I mean, and I have had chronic pain in my life. And, you know, if it had been 10 years later and I'd had any access to it, I would have. But
Spindrift,
don't
half
really
tea,
need
half
it.
lemonade rocks. Oh my god, I think that was the worst one that I've tried.
Yeah,
Is the
I
half
don't really
tea,
like
half lemonade.
that one. I like the raspberry, the lime, the mojito one, and the lemon. So, but Jenna bought me the half tea, half lemonade. And wasn't that one sweet?
No, there's nothing sweet about any of those drinks.
Yeah, I don't want my beverages to be sweet. Sweet drinks are gross.
So, can you put peace lily in the goldfish indoor pond? How to stop peace lily from falling into the indoor pond? You can do that one with wet feet. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that one really likes wet feet. I think it grows better with wet feet than it does as a house plant. And I don't think your goldfish will nip at it or anything. It should be fine. I use something called a potho-carry. Maybe one of the mods can put it in chat.
I can find a pic of it.
Yeah, and
they make other versions of it.
Otherwise, you can just DIY something yourself with like a plastic basket or a tub that you've poked holes in, like a margarine tub or something, and some wire. You can just be creative. And for a substrate, I use Leca, Leca, which is expanded clay. It's very cheap. You can buy it on Amazon. I think you can even buy it at Home Depot.
So there's a million different versions of this.
I
different
like the
designs.
basket one.
Yeah, so some of them are designed to be adjustable that you can go up and down with them.
Yeah, I like
some of them have expandable rim sizes. Otherwise, pay very close attention to what the hook size is and the size of your rim, because I've misordered them before, not realizing it wasn't made for a rim tank.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is more. These are good for pothos. You can put the individual vines.
Yeah,
in
or like philodendrons or anything where you can just put a stem cutting in. But even for pothos, I prefer this one. It works very well. It's kind of expensive though. You can DIY something though. People do it all the time.
They have them for cheaper on Amazon, not made by it's not the potho-carry brand, but everybody's got a 3D printer now, and so you can find pretty much any version of this that you.
I haven't bought mine in years, so.
Yeah.
Shut up, tiny kitty. Rachel asked if I have to weigh down the expanded clay. I bought some, but mine floats. So here's the thing. You are correct. It does float. You want to have your potho-carry slightly above the line of the water. That way it's corralled by the potho-carry. Otherwise it does float away. But like once in a while, I do find a stray Leca ball floating at the top of my tank. But yeah, I like to have it up a little bit. And you also want to do that because The pothos doesn't want to be like completely submerged in the water. It doesn't want to be deeper than like the crown of the plant at water height. So the
Jose
pothos
pointed
or
out.
silly or anything like that.
Jose pointed out they make a specific version for peace lilies, and they do.
There you go. So Ted points out Dr. Foreman has many things on her it tastes gross list. How does Jake cook for me? Jake doesn't cook for me. Jake doesn't cook.
Jake does the heavy lifting, the chores.
Yeah. So I'm a good cook and I enjoy cooking, and Jake is not picky. And so he gratefully eats whatever I put in front of him. It's not a problem at all.
As any man should.
That's right. And he cleans cat boxes. He cleans up cat barf. He lifts things. He washes the floors. He does all my laundry. I'm not complaining. So, but Jake does not cook. If I'm too ill to cook, he gets takeout for us. So
Ted says, a friend of mine got some Waze substrate we got donated to her club. She says her plants are doing great in the Waze substrate. Ted, have you been sponsored by Waze recently? You got it in all caps and everything. Like, put the trademark in front of it.
That's great.
Thanks for Waze substrate. My plants have never been better.
Would I be sponsored by Awaza? I mean, I use a few Awaza plants. I don't know. They got to pay me a lot for it. I can be bought, though. Viewers watching this who want to sponsor me or the What Your Plants team, we can be bought. Okay? It costs really a lot, high, but we can be bought.
Because I got that no sponsors policy only because, like, I haven't been given an offer that I just couldn't refuse. And I don't know what that offer would be, but it's realistically not going to happen. So it's easy for me to just say, yeah, no sponsors.
I mean, but we have a price. I'm not sure what it is, but we have one. There was this movie. I don't think you would remember it because it came out when I was in high school. And it was with Demi Moore and Robert Redford. And like he paid her $1 million for a night with her. And it was like a big cultural conversation. Like, would you cheat on your spouse for $1 million?
Was it Striptease? Was that the name of it?
No, it was a different one. It's $10 enough.
That Kitty College
Should we be
Fund.
Sponsored by Jody's Loaches? Let's do it.
Yeah.
This stream brought to you by Jody P's Loaches, the best loaches money can buy.
Live, laugh, loach.
That's right.
Living La Vida Locha.
Stephen, I actually have some loaches from Jody P, and they are excellent loaches. See what your $10 buys?
There you go. Indecent Proposal. I remember the name of
that was it. That was it.
Ted was trying to contribute with the Waze. I don't think I have used a single Waze product. Not because I refuse, I just haven't.
Yeah. I mean, I have a couple of Waza filters, and they're fine. They have some problems. They have some pluses and some minuses. They're expensive, but they have some pluses. And then I have my Awaza Biorbs, which on the one hand, I love them. They're awesome. They look great, but they're way too expensive for the price. I think they discontinued them though. So Nick at Hard Water Propagation says that Awaza surface skimmers are nice. Okay, I have never really cared about surface skimmers, but there you go.
I heard that new thing that disables the surface skimmer on the title is great too. The Aquarium Co-op title mod. I used to have a title filter, and the surface skimmer was kind of the deal breaker for me.
Yeah. So Jody likes the Awaza pre-filter. So I don't, because on my pre-filter, I find it really hard to open. Like it's really hard to slide it open. Like I have to have Jake do it. I don't have the hand strength to do it. I don't know if it's my particular model. So I never even use it as a pre-filter. So I do think for canister filters, while I do like many things about my Awaza canister, I really believe that the Fluval FX6 is a better filter. It's much more rugged. and it automatically primes, and that is worth its weight in gold. While I
Oh.
do like the integrated heater of the Thermomaster, nothing beats auto prime. I mean, it's just the best. And they're so durable and so rugged, and they're built well. They're not perfect, but I really think that the Fluval FX is a better filter. So
I've got no comparison, but I haven't had a reason to replace the Fluvals, so that's just kind of what I've been
that's
using.
the thing. I mean, they just go and go. Whereas I did replace this one because it died, and I replaced it with the exact same one because I didn't want to replumb it, which is lazy. But I was about to go out of town, so I just needed something fast. But the FX is really, really rugged. I've used a few different kinds of filters.
So
I do think the FX is the nicest. So
hi Shell. Good to see you. Long time no see. Thanks for stopping by.
Good to see you.
It's a duckweed skimmer. I would love to have something like that, especially for the mosh pit. Although I feel like a duckweed skimmer would also skim a lot of little baby guppies because they're dumb.
Yeah.
That's what stopped me from doing like just a full blown netting, because like every piece of duckweed is gonna have a guppy fry.
You know, I think that would be a great product to just have one of them and move it from tank to tank. You know, just like get rid of your duckweed problem and then move on to another tank.
I mean, you could probably build something for the Python of like PVC that you put the Python in, PVC hooks up, and then you have something at the top and just
strainer.
Because I've done that with the Python, just kind of dip it in there and then turn it upside down and just kind of let the duckweed.
I'm sure someone has already 3D printed that. Like, I'm sure we don't even need to DIY anything.
Yeah,
it's probably out there. Because I've seen other attachments for Pythons that have been printed. So
yeah, indeed.
So. It says it's more rugged and automatically primes. Sounds like Jake. I mean, like, you would think Jake would be rugged. I mean, he deadlifts 400 pounds, but he's kind of he's a tender heart. He's
past the need to be rugged. He's not a farm boy anymore.
He's not.
He owns a farm, but you know,
he's a tender heart too. I mean, he doesn't. I mean, you know, he's got nothing to prove. He can deadlift 400 pounds and drives a big truck. What more do you need?
Oh, new plant alert!
New plant alert. Oh,
I was informed that I haven't ordered from Dustin's Fish Tanks in quite a while, but
me neither.
I hadn't tried Ludwigia Tornado, so added it to
that one. Doesn't that one need a low KH?
Yeah, so this is my 1.5 to 2 KH tank, and here it is right here. It's not very twisty. I don't think it's the twisty kind. Apparently there's two different kinds, but it's, you know, a little bit of new growth there going on.
Okay, it's pretty.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, this is all from what I got in the mail. So
is it converting?
It's converting.
Yeah, but it'll get there. I mean, I've heard that all of those Ludwigias, like El Cuba and Pantanal, that if you just have low KH water, they're really easy to grow. They're weeds. You just can't grow them.
That's kind of the case with anything. Is you just you get rid of all your buffer and inject the crap out of CO2. Things sort of work itself out.
It's not hard. I mean, a stem is a stem in many ways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all linked to just giving it the gas.
Yeah. So my tank news. I mean, I know that this stream is sponsored by Live Love Loach. I got fishes from Foxanne in the mail.
Oh.
I got some Melanitania goldii Kai.
Oh yeah.
So, and I bought those for Brian for his 50th birthday, and he bred them and sent them back. So that was convenient. So I would highly recommend those to anyone. They've got some. If they don't have them for sale now, they will soon. They're a beautiful species of rainbow. They're a purpley color. If you like purple, you'll like those. So yeah, maybe a mod can drop that link in the chat for Foxanne's store. Yeah.
Well, then,
Well, just
you
kind
know,
of just pooping on our stream.
well, the weird thing is they are, but they're just not doing anything. Like, how are you
Huh.
would think that they would have just either decided to die or decided to grow. It has been a year since I got those initial pink flamingos. They have done nothing but be technically alive. It's the strangest thing.
Yeah.
Almost
Well, and
kind of
they,
just
they haven't
rather
been
them
attacked
die.
by algae, so they're probably doing okay.
I mean, the leaves get kind like I feel like for every old leaf that I have to trim off, maybe I get another new leaf. So it's just in stasis.
Yeah, I had mine for I want to say like 8 months, and then I decided to move them. And then they died.
I would
So,
love some Syngonantha society.
Syngonanthus, yes, and you have low KH water. So thank you for offering it to me. My KH is 6 out of the tap, so I don't think I can grow them. If you have any that you think would grow well in my water, though, I'm open to trying them. Unless they're a weed that grows like crazy, in which case I'm not interested. The only stems I'll grow are ones that are really slow. So, but if you have something you think I'd like, let me know.
All right, Peplin Farms got one group of the Goldie Idikai left for the season. So
Jump on those people. They are so pretty. And the breeders that I got them from a really trusted person. They were absolutely beautiful breeders. So they come from a good lineage. And you know that each fish has been lovingly raised in a good home by good parents.
So, question for you. Have you found your KH drops rapidly in an outdoor tub? Ted's noticed, even when in dry season, do you think the plants are using the carbonates for structural growth, or is it biodecalcification?
Calcification. No, I haven't noticed that because
Do you even test
I do
those?
top off every day.
Have you tested at your tubs though? Like I can't imagine.
Yeah, I
You,
have once or twice a couple
yeah.
years back, and it was still a decent amount. That's because I have fountains and in my ponds, so they have to be topped off pretty frequently, and they get topped off with tap water. And my tap water is KH6, so it's not an issue. I mean, yes, they do get some rainwater. So, like we had 2 3/4 inches of rain. So that's in some of the ponds, but most of them are getting topped off with tap. And it's just not an issue.
Yeah.
I highly doubt that your plants are using a whole lot of carbonates as a structural source because most of them are growing above the water and they don't give a fuck about carbonates when there's all that CO2 in the atmosphere. So I don't think that's an issue at all.
One thing to consider though is I don't know if you had measured this before you started using Safety Zorb, Ted, but we verified that like Safety Zorb can be acidic. It can release something that can eat through your KH quite fast. So if you have a
Safety Zorb in my ponds. Very
I
little.
think Ted uses gravel baskets with Safety Zorb in the center of them, and so if enough of that is in there with a smaller tub, it's possible that that's contributing to it. But there's a lot of things that contributed to it. In fact, I should probably test my KH now because it's been raining for so much.
Out of the tap is already very, very low, and then rainwater is with no KH. So, yeah. I mean, well, we're starting with 6 or 7. Stephen, you're what, 7 out of the top?
Yeah.
And I'm starting with 6. So it's just not an issue, really.
I should test because there's probably a bunch of different causes of it. And I don't know.
And I mean, I don't breed a lot of fish, so I don't really care. I mean, those goldfish, they just live and live and live and live. They're on, whether they're like almost not, they're like 9 years old at this point.
Dang.
So, they're fine. But I did test long ago and it was the same as the tap. And if I were to go outside and test now, I bet it would be close because I top off every day a little bit because I've auto top off on my ponds now. So.
Nice. If
Yeah,
I
it's pretty great.
remember, I'll go out and test, and then also I want to test whenever it stops raining, like during the dry season, because I bet with all the rain that we've gotten and so much overflow, I bet my KH has plummeted. Plus, I started adding safety absorb to some of the gravel baskets a little bit at a time.
So Ted says that his,
Oh, without safety absorb, perhaps the
yeah.
plankton and algae.
I mean, I think part of it is your KH is so low to begin with. And remember, it's a logarithmic scale. So if your KH is only 1 or 2, you have proportionately so little KH, whereas we have quite a bit. It's just not an issue. I mean, and if it drops to 4, it's really not an issue. So, and I mean, I'm not trying to breed live bears or.
I've seen the small tub go to 0 KH. I just don't know the cause of it, whether it was just like it rained so much that it just got diluted out of there eventually. Because I haven't done many top offs and I haven't done many water changes in the tub.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, we had a real dry spell for most of July. I mean, so we had this 2 3/4 inches of rain, but we went almost 3 weeks without any rain and things got dry. And so, but it was hot and windy. So it was getting topped off every day with tap water. So it's not an issue. Most plants kind of would prefer no KH, honestly. So
yeah, I mean, except for the bicarbonate. The bicarbonate users, I mean, of course, they all prefer CO2. The bicarbonate users, that's like your hornwort, your guppy grass, your Balasinaria, algae, like anything.
I don't
that's
grow
not carbon
any
limited.
underwater plants in ponds. There's no room for them. Water lilies cover 100% of the surface of the water or immersed plants. Yeah. So, I don't grow any underwater plants at all. So, yeah. And I never really have, just because I kind of prioritize lilies and lotuses. So yeah, Ted says that he alternates rain barrel water and neutralized tap water, depending on KH level. If it's below 2, he'll use tap water. Probably Dan doesn't have to, but he's bringing a lot of different fish. So I think that Dan also has really low KH, right? Daniel Velez.
Oh,
he had really low.
I heard Dan. I immediately thought Dan's fish. I'm like, no, that's some hard as fuck water.
Well, Dan's fish in the warehouse has hard water. Daniel Velez, I think, has really soft water.
Probably so.
Yeah, I mean, we just have pretty. I mean, I don't think our water is that hard because I'm from Iowa.
My water is technically. 22. I mean, technically, my water is as soft as you can get it because I mean, carbonate hardness is not really hardness,
right? Because you have no GH,
no GH at all.
And I have a GH of 6, but still, I don't think my water's that hard. I don't get hard water stains really on my fixtures. I don't get a line forming, if the water level drops too low. So, I mean, our water isn't that hard, but compared to East Coast water or like Seattle water, it is hard. So it's just compared to Iowa water, it's not.
Stefan, rainbow fish are always on topic.
I love it. Love it. Who else is riveted by those male Bosemani behind Stephen? I mean, I've got some big boys too, which some of these were from Peplin Creek Aquatics. Mine are Aves Creek. You have Aves Creek and you have.
I don't have Aves Creek. I have maybe Itinjo and also Aquarium strain because I don't remember what like. Right. I think they are Aquarium strain. I think they're the offspring of Bosemanis that came from Aquahuna years ago, but they look better than the Aquahuna Bosemani. Go figure.
Yeah. And Stephen and I both use Chihiros lights, but he has his set a little different than I do.
Actually, this is a really great example of people who kind of shit on the way Chihiro's lights make the fish look fake. It's only if you want them to.
Right, and
your settings and my settings are vastly different. We have very similar fish
I
and
don't
plants
like
in
to
there.
Pull reds.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like the color red that much. I prefer blues and greens. Most of my rainbows are blue and green. So I kind of have settings that pull those colors more, but you have a lot of red plants and you just like that color palette better. And you can have whatever you want for your color palette with Chihiros. Like, you know,
Although
it's up
this
to
is
you.
actually, this is a weak aqua, but same thing.
Okay.
Like, same
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
settings.
You have a lot of choice. So, and either way, yeah.
Huh.
Someone was asking about my credentials. I'm
No,
a
where's
doctor.
the clever one? And last time I was here, there was a doctor.
I mean, I am a doctor, but like not a like you shouldn't come to me for your medical advice.
I
Though,
was
to
going
be
to show
honest,
you a
people
weird
do
growth.
all the time, and I do give good medical advice. I'm a
The medical
geneticist.
advice to see a doctor.
That's true. I'm a geneticist by training, a molecular geneticist. So that's my PhD. So
Jody says, I have a used Chihiros that is defaulting back to green. Any idea what that's about?
what Well, click on that.
A used Chihiros. Jody has a used Chihiros. It's defaulting back to green. I wonder if that's like a weird app connection issue.
Yeah.
So I have no clue what that what would be the cause of that, but everything is controlled by the app, so it just makes me think that there's some wacky thing going on in there.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never had that happen, but I think that you can just delete your app and start again if it's really bad, right? See if you
Maybe
get better
like
connection.
re-add it or something. I don't know. That I wish those apps were a little bit more user friendly, but it typically once you get it going, you don't really have to worry about it anymore. So
Right.
defaulting back to green, that's weird.
Yeah,
Like
that's so weird. I've never, even with a power outage, I mean, you do have to go and turn it off and turn it on again, so it like resets the time. But and like with time zone change or not time zone, daylight savings time changes, I have to turn it off and turn it on again because it doesn't know to do that. But yeah, I've never had that happen. I wish I could help you more. I mean, while I have a Chihiros, I wouldn't say that I'm like the world's foremost Chihiros expert. Like, I can barely program it.
I can mess around with the app and troubleshoot it and try a bunch of different things. And then if it's not working, I'm just like, all right, let's check the warranty on this.
I found I should try to find that video again, but it was by a European man on how to program your Chihiros. And it was the best video, and it's got a lot of views on YouTube, probably because it's a really nice video. And he walks you through all of how to program it, and that really helped me because I couldn't figure it out. So,
but yeah, like Stefan said, it sounds like some kind of fault or glitch, which maybe if I don't know what your Chihiros warranty is and how it transfers and all that, but I mean, it would be worth a shot to
they might, I don't know what their customer service is, but they might be able to help you with it too. If there's something that can be, I mean, if only the co-op sold Chihiros, then we would have the world's best customer service.
There you go.
The best customer service.
So what size tank for 2 fancy goldfish and 2 nearite snails tank? I mean, fancy goldfish.
I would say that for each goldfish, you want probably 20 to 25 gallons.
So 40 breeder for 2 goldfish.
Boy, that even seems kind of small.
Is that, I know. And
I would go with 55, honestly. Because they would like a little
putting
more room.
Goldfish in a 40 breeder, it's like, man, that was a perfectly good 40 breeder. And then you put goldfish in it.
Goldfish are for ponds. They're for ponds. They're so happy in ponds. Nearite snails, they're neither here nor there. They don't count toward your bio load.
Yeah, you can put that anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even think of when I buy nearite snails. They're fine. But I would say a 55 would be a good tank to get for 2 goldfish.
Am I sponsored by that lighting company? Well, I'm not.
We can be bought.
Yeah, and
we can be bought.
Jenna said, all the Chihiros lights I could ever want. I mean, I think that's my price. Like, I think you found it. Wasn't sure what my price was, but yeah.
I already have Chihiros on every tank. So, but they make other products, and their products look very interesting. So I guess we can be bought.
2 tanks. I've got.
I even have one on my tank that's not showing.
Oh yeah. You haven't broken that one down yet?
Not yet. I was going to do it one day, and then something happened. So, yeah, next 3-day weekend I have. Maybe Labor Day I'll do it. So, I was going to do it over Juneteenth. I don't remember why I didn't. I'm sure I had a good reason. So.
Yeah, Jody, keep me updated on that. I'm curious if what Chihiro. So it's a 3-year-old used light. I'm curious how they will handle it.
They might be able to, at least tell you what to do.
Because we like the products, but usually I don't have to deal with the customer service. And then when that happens, and then I realize, oh, they basically have no customer service.
I know. Well, the only company that has really, really great customer service, like the best customer service, is the Co-op. I mean, the best.
Because they got Candy.
I know, because she's the best. She's the best. I guess, like, you know who else has good customer service? Peplin Farm.
Peplin Farm.
Service. There you go.
You can call Peplin up and yell at him direct.
You can. Would he yell back? Maybe.
I
don't know. He's not a big yeller, but maybe. Who can say? Maybe they'll let the grandbaby yell back. She has good lungs. She could yell back.
Yeah. Chihiro's, Weak Aqua, the two that I've used, and I know there's other ones like Netley, ADA, I think another one that's like up and coming. I don't know. There's a few that use that narrow band spectrum, and you can, with that RGB adjustment, you can do whatever you want. Like
I just am not
leaning
willing
more towards
to
blue,
use
and I'm
worse app.
Worse apps are a problem.
I know. When I think about like the app for my irrigation, for my outdoors, and how easy that is to use, I'm like, why can't there be any app in my hobby that has an app even close to this good? Why?
Oh, we can't yell at Foxy. She answers the phone.
Oh, we can't yell at her. Speaking of Foxanne, I bought a dress for her wedding, so I'll look good at it.
Yeah, I think there's a bit of a concern about people who may or may not wear clothes at the wedding.
People should at least wear clothing, but you can wear whatever clothing you want. There's no dress code. But
I have pre-designated clothing.
You do have a dress code, but for other people, they can wear what they want, but you should wear clothing because Foxanne and Brian do not want you nude in their pictures.
Yeah.
They don't want that. No matter how hot you are. Ted says he also bought a dress, and that's acceptable because you will be clothed. There you go.
Wear your best t-shirt.
You can wear your best t-shirt or your worst t-shirt. Maybe don't wear your stinkiest t-shirt, though. Like, it should be a laundered shirt.
If businesses do not really realize the value of customer service, yeah, they're just thinking, oh, we'll replace them with a chat bot. Put a LLM in there.
I have once or twice had to email Aquarium Co-op, and it makes me appreciate how good their customer service is.
Yeah, that human response.
No. Foxanne says, please don't scare my family. So make sure you are clothed. Like, you need to cover your bits.
Mm-hmm.
No thongs, even if it's a Whips World custom thong.
Twin Star's thing was always that they decided what the best RGB settings were, and you couldn't adjust them. But the upcoming version 5, their S line and EA line will be controllable. Yeah, I think some control is good because people have preferences and they can be vastly different.
Yeah, and I mean, Stephen and I, we obviously have different tastes for our settings.
Essentially the same lights, and this you can see how different the settings are.
Yeah, and they will grow plants equally well. So plants, they prefer red. They prefer light in the blue and red spectra. White light contains all the colors, and that's mostly what you're using is white light. So it's just what your personal taste is and what colors you want to bring out in your tank, and it doesn't matter. It's up to you.
They're bright, so freaking bright.
Another goldfish question. So you shouldn't really ask me many goldfish questions.
And I don't have goldfish.
I keep them in my pond. Can longfin, shabunkin, or comet goldfish go with 2 fancy goldfish in a 75? I think you can have whatever goldfish you want. You just can only have so many per gallon because they get big. So, you know.
Putting river rocks out of my goldfish pond in a quarantine tank instant cycle that tank. I mean, instant cycle, jumpstart the cycle, depends on how you want to look at it. I
mean, there's a spectrum of your tank being cycled that honestly really, I mean, there's the point in your cycle where it's fish safe, but really your tank's microbiome is changing for months. And it really takes like at least 6 months for a tank to really mature, I think.
Yeah, like a mature season tank, different from a cycle tank. Like, at what point is your tank processing the ammonia waste? And that doesn't have to be from bacteria. That could also be from plants.
Right. So, I mean, it's, and it depends on your bio load, and it depends on how many plants you have. It depends on a lot of things, but your microbiome in your tank is changing for months.
But taking something out of an established body of water, like your pond or another tank, and putting it into a newer aquarium is like introducing it a little faster than if you would just sort of let things mature. But
but it's not going to fully develop all your bio load at once.
Right, because it won't be the same community of microbes that you might have outside, or even in the tank right next to it can be different.
I actually started this cycle in this tank using my pond. So I had I took a couple gallons of water from outside and put it in here, but I was very confident that my pond didn't have a bunch of parasites and diseases in it. You may not be confident about your pond. You are taking a risk with that. So
I wouldn't be confident about my pond either. Like,
you live in a swamp. I mean,
it's under a tree, and there's just all kinds of shit out there.
You live in the swamp. I mean. So Mirik asks us, I harvested plants, mostly crypts, from a tank that I broke down and that had green hair algae and cladophora. Should I treat the plants with an algicide before I pass them on? So I don't really like to give people plants that are riddled with algae because I don't want them to have a bad time. So I would think about that before I wouldn't sell plants. Now, if you give them to someone, give them the warning.
Well, I think what he's saying is the tank had algae. Like every tank that I have has some algae. It's growing on the wood. It's growing on the glass. It's growing on the hardware. It's not growing on the plants.
Okay, if the plants are clean, I wouldn't worry about it. I mean, every tank has algae. And the thing is this, it really depends on what tank you put them into, whether or not they'll get the same algae. There's algae, there's spores for every algae.
Healthy plants naturally resist algae anyway.
Right.
And so it's really about the environment that it's going in. As long as you're not just like sending them something that has cladophora on it or like blackbeard growing on it. Never send someone with blackbeard algae, like plant with blackbeard algae. But
on different tank,
like hair algae, you can sort of manually remove if it's got it.
Yeah. I just wouldn't sell plants that were like actively infected with a ton of algae because I just don't want people
because it means the plant is not optimal. It's not.
And I don't want people to have a bad experience.
Nah.
So, but if it's not, I wouldn't worry about it. And I never use algicides. I have used peroxide. But really just on hardscape, because if it's plants that are infected, I just throw them out. I just cut off leaves and throw them out. I don't try to save them. So.
Yeah.
Ted is saying that there will be morning fitness classes at this year's class. So first of all, Ted, I'm going to correct you right there. I do not work out in the morning, ever. At 8 o'clock, I roll over and log in. And then I get out of bed at 10 because I have to soft roll my day.
Yeah.
I won't work out in the morning. The last time I worked out in the morning was when I did teacher training for yoga. So I used to teach and I had to do it in the morning. But no, my body doesn't work in the morning. Like I don't want to work out in the morning. And Jake doesn't work out in the morning either. Neither one of us. Now Jody, maybe she could do a fitness class in the morning.
4 a.m.
And Stephen P is really not doing fuck all in the morning. Because you're less of a morning person than me.
No, I mean at the Clash, you might find me down there like 8 or 9, but like if you're trying to get me to do extra stuff, that's not
If
happening.
you need him to like think, the morning is not a good time, probably.
Yeah, point in a direction and I'll
Yeah.
go. I'll go.
And I'm
lift
not very
the thing
smart in the
or-
morning either. I'm not very smart. So I will not be. But like, I guess if you want me to teach you yoga at the Clash, I do usually work out at the Clash. Jake and I both do because it's a good break. So, I mean, I guess you can do yoga with me. But it'll be cold yoga, which is the worst yoga.
It's when all the joints are not very loose.
Oh, they feel terrible. Jenna says, I thought Stephen was coming down with me at 7 a.m. every day at the Clash.
Nah, she knows the routine. 7 a.m. She tells me, okay, I'm going down there. And then I'm like, okay, where am I? But okay.
Yeah, I don't think Jake and I went downstairs until like 9:30. Though he says we're going to try to make breakfast for the breakfast buffet at the, the big Shady Maples, because Jake really only cares about breakfast buffet. So I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see. And they quit serving breakfast at 10. I don't know, Jake.
I do like
we'll
piles
see.
of bacon.
I mean, I'm okay with it either way, honestly, but he just wants breakfast food. So yeah.
Oh yeah, I was gonna show this.
Ted's Talk
earlier.
is at 10:30 Friday.
Oh, we'll make it down for that.
Yeah, well, 10:30 we can do. Now, if your talk were at 9, I don't know, Ted. I don't know. So
I would be there,
we can do.
but I'm gonna pull an Alishon and I'm gonna fall asleep.
So, by then I should have a lot of tomatoes growing in my garden. So I'll be ready for Ted's Talk. Just a lot of produce to grow.
So we were talking about
Shady Maples is yucky. I'm not a huge Shady Maple fan, but you know what? Like, Jake drives me to the Clash so I can see my friends, and he does not give a fuck about anything in the vendor room or the talks or the fish show or anything. So if he wants a breakfast buffet, guess he's going to get one. Something should be about him. Cosmin asks, what is this Clash people are talking about? Well, I bet Ahmad can drop a link.
I think Cosmin is quite aware of what this Clash thing is about. But
I think he took about 500 pictures there.
Well, anyway, we were talking about the lights and how they are also, I mean, they're bright as hell, but you can take one and you can put them on a low light CO2 injected tank, which is a fantastic combination for those who don't want the like overzealous stem plant trimming. Low light CO2 gives your plants opportunity, like it gets to the plants faster, more opportunity to grab CO2, makes them more efficient at photosynthesis. And so I've got this week aqua light at like 9% at its peak during the day.
Yeah, I think that on my smallest tank, I have it at 10%, and it's hanging, so it's not high.
Yeah,
I don't know what I guess it'll go down to 1%, right?
It will. So it gets weird when you have to adjust the individual spectrums. Yeah, the individual spectrums, because like some of them, they come across more intense than others. So like the red is really, really strong. So I have that one at the weakest setting. But if I had them all at 1%, I think everything would look a little bit too red. But I've got more boost coming. I ordered some more. I got from Planet Tank Quick Auctions last night, one called Boost Legacy.
Boost Legacy.
So
sounds
different color leaves on it. And then and I asked him for his plant list, and I ordered another one called like Helena Thick.
Those names are the best.
She thick.
She thick.
Yeah.
Oh,
Just
Rachel,
adding to the pile.
You got to make a little tiny tag for each one so you can tell them apart. Or just throw them in, whatever.
Nope. If I can't tell them apart from memory, then they ain't worth telling apart. So the right now, I can tell you. Actually, let me share this again. I can tell you exactly the ones I know, and it's this one, brownie blue, because holy
Brownie
shit,
blue.
it's got a little bit of blue because of the light.
It's very blue, yeah.
And then brownie ghost 2011, can't lose track of that one because it's growing in well and expensive as hell. So
yeah, well, good.
Then the rest of them are just whatever I feel like calling them.
Some fucking booze.
Yep.
So Rachel asks, what is Jake into? I'm sure there are people with similar interests. So I guess Jake's number one hobby, his Duolingo streak has been going for over 5 years.
Wow.
He speaks German. So I guess if you're a German speaker at the Clash, you could talk to Jake and he would appreciate having someone to talk to about his skills. Other than that, he likes really high-end stereo equipment, but he's not very fun to talk to about it because he doesn't want to talk to you about your high-end stereo because he will think it sucks. So
elitist, huh? Skeleton King, Mike. I feel like I've bought it before, but I couldn't tell you where it is or if I still have it. That might have been one I lost. Because when I first got into Buce, I was really bad at Buce. And so I probably lost a lot of different varieties that I bought until I figured things out. And now that I figured it out, I'm buying the more expensive stuff. I might circle back and get Skeleton King. What I've learned, though, is the black varieties, they're not black. They're not black enough for me. They're just green.
Well, I mean, there really aren't. And leaves are not supposed to.
Yeah, right, exactly.
It's just not. I can't think of a single plant that has truly black leaves. That's just not the color leaves are supposed to be. So, there's no pigment to make them black. So Ted suggests we label our plants with waterproof garden markers, which I do use to label my pond plants. And they do hold up for a couple years at least. So, you can buy them on Amazon. They're called garden markers. You can buy them on other places too. Yeah, that's what I use to make the tags when I send out pond plants to people. And that it does hold up. And I use just cheap plastic tags for pond plants. So it holds up for at least a couple years. I usually remake them after a couple years. So
now will they just hold up sitting submersed all that time?
I mean, they're in pond plants.
I'm just thinking of people like Scotty who needs to keep track of his plants with little.
Yeah, I mean they're underwater for years. I mean, they live through winters even. Probably after a couple years they start to fade and you need to replace them, but that's not bad for a marker. I've heard that for your garden plants, not necessarily your pond plants, the most durable option is to use a wooden tag written in pencil because it doesn't fade in the sun. Oh, yeah. Good point. Yeah. So there's this Dahlia breeder I follow, and she makes all of her tags. She writes the cross in pencil on a wooden tag. So you have options. But for a tank, don't use a wooden label. It's not going to hold.
Jose said he's read that Buce Dark Skeleton King doesn't do well fully submerged long term. I've heard that about certain varieties that just are not meant to be submerged, like they just don't hold up, or maybe they would if you had like a no fish, unlimited CO2, whatever can actually dissolve in the water system, maybe, but that's not what I'm looking for.
So Green Machine Sweden suggests that black mondo grass is fairly close to black. I mean, kind of. Yeah. It does well as a pond plant or an immersed plant, but yeah, it's not going to hold up long term on submersed.
Vibes asking, am I doing water changes throughout the day? Seafood boil, tap water. No. Yeah, I can't do it. Well, I mean, I probably could. It wouldn't be so bad, but like right now, 95 degrees, the heat index is probably it said 107. I don't know what it is, but it's so hot. I've been doing them at night. I mean, I do most of my best work at night anyway, and that's my time of peace. So I don't mind doing water changes at night, but I definitely when it's a little cooler is when I usually do it.
I did my water changes last night, and for the first week of the year, I didn't mix any hot water in. I just used straight cold water out of the tap, and it was like about, I would say probably 75 or 77 degrees, maybe.
It's perfect. There you go.
Yeah, I mean, it was fine. I'm like, oh, maybe it'll cool it off a little because my house is a little on the hot side.
The winter time is when I get all the corridors horned up with the 70, 65, 70 degree water changes.
Yeah, I mean, shout out to my friends in Iowa. I know it's hot as balls there.
Oh, yep, Matt and Jody just chimed in.
Iowa has really nasty climate. I mean, it's 100 heat index of 100 here, which is it's bad enough. So, but that's because it's very humid here, very humid. Vibes is jealous. Well, talk to me in January. It's gonna be so much worse. So cold then. So, but Iowa has the worst climate on earth because they have Louisiana heat indices in the summer, and in the winter, it's colder than it is here by a lot.
Alaskan winters.
Ah, so cold there. Worst climate. Worst climate.
Can you imagine moving there?
To Alaska? I mean, there are parts of Alaska.
No, to Iowa.
Oh, I can't imagine it.
Moving to Alaska, that sounds beautiful. Like
it does. I can't imagine it. I did live there for, I think, 34 years. I can't imagine it.
Johnny lived in Alaska too.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And there are a lot of parts of Alaska that have a climate way warmer than Indiana. I mean, a much more temperate because it's, moderated by the Pacific Ocean. So it's, kind of that Pacific Northwest kind of climate. Vibes is rubbing it in. Lows of 55 in the winter. Well, guess what, Vibes? I'm coming down there in February. I'm just gonna move there. I'll do water changes and I can cook for you. I'll come with cottage cheese.
I think he's sold on that.
It's all good enough.
What image has Whip burned into our minds?
Yeah, what are you burning in our
Oh, I missed the super chat. Thank you, Whip. Can I can wipe my own ass again. Hey, look at that.
What was wrong with your ass wiping ability? Did you hurt your back, Whip?
No.
Did you run out of toilet paper?
Well, I think he wasn't able to get memberships or send super chats or really pay for anything on YouTube.
That's right. There was the whole credit card issue, right?
Yeah.
YouTube. Got it. Well, I'm happy for you and your ass.
So I don't know if you know, Kelley. I don't know anything about Oscars or Severums outside. I do know that Severums and plants are a bad combo.
Yes. They will do your plants a salad bar.
Oscars, I don't think they'll eat them. I think they just like to rearrange their tank, and so they will pull on anything that they can.
Yeah, I mean, with water lilies and stuff, maybe they'll try to uproot it. You got to take your Oscar in when it gets cold. I don't know what their low is for how cold they can go. There are people who know a lot more about Oscars than I do in the chat, probably. They might try to uproot your water lilies and stuff. They might be bullies. I'm not sure. You can put a little rock on top of your tuber to keep it weighed down for water lilies.
Yeah, I mean, June has had some success with certain plants with Oscars.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of making the plant stronger than the Oscar.
Well, and I think that Oscars, they're very smart fish. And they have because cichlids they tend to be very smart. They have individual personalities. And so some may be better than others. But I don't really know a lot about Oscars. I mean, here Whip is saying Oscars are not plant friendly. But June, she keeps plants in her tank, so
It could depend on the
obviously it
setup.
can
Although
work.
I've never heard anyone say my severums in my fully
I've
planted
never heard
aquatic
that.
garden are doing great.
Yeah, I mean, if you know, if someone in the chat, if you have an opposite experience, but everything I've heard, they view your tank as a salad bar.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't recommend that. But I just don't know a lot about keeping those fish because I've never kept them. So, you know,
Well, when I was a teenager, I briefly had an Oscar in a 10-gallon. I would not count that as experience. I count that as stupid kid.
I would count that as like a rite of passage for a stupid teenage boy.
Right.
I shouldn't even say stupid teenage boy. I mean, the terms are synonymous. Like, I mean, teenage boys are just dumb.
Like, at that age, what are you going to do? Give me advice?
Yeah, no.
So I admire and I'm proud of any kid who does listen to advice and is responsible.
It's true.
There are a lot of kids in this hobby that are doing things better than a lot of adults in this hobby. Yeah. I just was not one of them at that age.
And when we were kids, and especially me, there was no internet when I was a kid. I'm very elderly. It's important to know. There was no internet when I was a kid. I mean, the first time I emailed was college. So I am very, very old. There was no Googling things. There were no chat. There was no Discord. Okay. There was just, I mean, sometimes people at fish clubs. My dad and my grandfather were pretty knowledgeable about fish. There were you could ask at the fish store. So, but I mean, I'm lucky that my dad, you know, he would have been like, oh, don't get an Oscar, they get big. So, you know, I would have known better than that. Mm-hmm. But if I didn't have that, I wouldn't have known. So.
No, I'm the
Denny says that there was widely
family.
Available internet when I was 13. We're the same age, Denny. I think I'm 1 year older than you. I didn't know anyone who used the internet until, I mean, I heard a little bit about people having modems and using World Wide Web when I was maybe 17. But it wasn't until I went to college that it was like widely used. And I didn't email till college. So, because I didn't know how.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm pretty old.
I got internet when I was 11 or 12.
Well, that makes sense because you
1996
are 7 years younger than me.
Yeah.
So, you know, that makes sense. That would have put me at like, you know, 18 or 19. So college age.
Big Steve, way to reopen a wound that you didn't know I had. So now most people know that that I had 3 spotted Congo puffers, and my big one, like one time in the middle of the night, I found she was still alive. I found her on the floor. She had exited the tank, and I don't know why.
And she'd never been a jumper.
But I was kind of offline, off the grid, taking a break last week. I lost another puffer last week.
Oh, Stephen, same thing. Did she jump? Did it jump?
No, because I put a lid, you know, to guard it after that. But the other female, she was a floater. I couldn't find her for a while. I spent a lot of time trying to find her in the tank, and I never did until Jenna let me know that, like, finally we found her just floating at the top. And I'm not sure what happened.
Oh.
And I still don't know. And I have been monitoring the behavior with the male and the female just to make sure there wasn't any kind of violence or the dynamic hadn't changed. And so now I've been really watching that tank like a hawk to make sure that there's nothing weird going on, testing it, everything tests okay. I've done water changes. That's what pisses me off the most about some fish deaths. It's just suddenly you have dead fish, and it's like, what the fuck happened? Everything at my disposal that I have to test, every theory, you know, just doesn't explain it. So
I mean, they don't live forever, but it hurt. Wow.
I mean, I had the big one for 2 years. I had these for a year. I mean, so my pointer, Big Steve, is a lid, because even it took 2 years for one to jump, but it did. And the other pointers is just watch them, make sure they're not looking all distressed and shit. But there are people out there who know way more about puffers than I do.
Yeah.
Mountaintop Puffer Keeper would be a good source to look
That's
at.
a good source. Yeah.
Preston John, he hasn't been around much, but if you can ever see him or get in touch with him, he would have some good advice as well.
Yeah. So do you think you'd get any more? Or are you kind of done with puffers for now?
I would never say that I'm done with any of them, but I'm not too keen on buying another $400 worth of fish right now.
They're a lot of money, and you get attached to them, and yeah. Oh, so, that hurts. That hurts.
Yeah, it sucks.
Sorry. Damn.
Yeah. Chevy, I can't say that because they were still young. They weren't even full grown. They
were pretty small. I just saw them this winter. Only the one was big, but the other two were little.
Yeah. But yeah, I want to monitor that tank and make sure there's nothing weird going on that I didn't previously spot. And it's still a pretty well stocked tank. Like there's still a bunch of raccoon tetras and coolie loaches and still the one male spotted Congo puffer in there.
Yeah, but it's not an overstocked tank. I mean, I've seen it.
Yeah.
I guess you could get something else if you wanted, but or maybe
thanks a lot, Dr. Ted.
Oh, what'd Ted say?
Stephen Phillips, puffer killer.
Oh, Flatback Aquatic says you haven't been to North Dakota, Kelly. Au contraire, I have been to North Dakota. I think it's a really beautiful state. I think it's a lot prettier than Iowa. And the climate is worse in Iowa because Iowa has the worst weather on the planet. So there.
Whip, thank you for gifting 5 memberships.
Thank you, Whip.
Check the chat and see who they went to. Cinnamon Girl, Oinky, Joe Hanny, Andreas H, and Jodes Australia.
Well, I know one of those names. Oh, wait, no, Cinnamon Girl. Cinnamon Girl is new. I know Cinnamon Girl, and I know Oinky, of course.
Yep.
So there you go. Well, thank you, Whip. Rachel asked me, how was my trip to Oregon? It was awesome. One of our best vacations ever. First of all, nothing went wrong. We didn't miss any planes. We didn't get stranded. Our luggage didn't get lost, and I didn't get sick. So that's a win. But it was beautiful. We spent most of our time on the coast, which, I mean, I don't need to tell you. You're from there. It's awesome. Such an amazing place. And I had lots of seafood, which is my goal whenever I go anywhere near the ocean, because I don't really get good seafood in Indiana. And we hiked a lot. I hiked the Trail of 10 Falls at Silver Falls, which was about 8 miles long and just beautiful. Seen so many waterfalls. And we had a great time. Wonderful, wonderful place. I would totally go back. It is my second time there. I went when I was, I think, 13. But Jake had never been, and he loved it. He had a great time. So,
cool.
5 stars.
Awesome.
Mandarin Gobi asked me if I had any experience with blood parrots. No, I only keep community fish. I only have experience with community fish. My father kept community fish when I was a kid, so I don't know anything about non-community fish. I would never get a blood parrot. They're kind of not my jam.
They're cool looking, though.
Yeah, but I bet people in the chat know a lot more than me. So if you have questions, you should ask them. So can't help you.
What did Foxy say? Foxy is still in her 30s. She's in, but in 5 days, she will not be. How the hell did that happen? You managed to live this long, just like me. So congratulations. Keep doing that. Keep living.
It's true. It's true. Every birthday's a victory.
Yeah.
So Coral Works asked me if I went to the Darlingtonia National Park. It's the only site where the cobra lily, third type of pitcher plant, grows in the wild. I don't know where that is. Is that in Oregon? So we didn't go.
Yeah.
The only national parks I've been to in Oregon, I've been to Crater Lake as a child, but that was really far from where we were, so we didn't get down there. So I haven't been, but I would like to see pitcher plants in the wild. When I was in Nova Scotia, we went to a national park there called Kejimkijik, or it's called Keji for short. And there is a bog there, which is just a beautiful habitat. And there's all kinds of orchids. They're called grass pinks, and tons of the Sarracenia pitcher plants. Really a really cool habitat. And yeah, we hiked through there. Probably we spent a whole day hiking in there. So I highly suggest Nova Scotia too if you're looking for somewhere to go. It's beautiful. I have lots of places I want to go.
Florence, Oregon is where Darlington
Florence.
is.
Okay, I know where Florence is. That's not too far from where we were. That's a little bit south of where we were. So no, I didn't make it down there. So Vibes has a very important question for both of us. Latest snack food or snack craves. I don't know, Stephen, what are your food or snack craves? Not cottage cheese.
The last few months, I've been getting, anytime Jenna goes to the store, she comes back with a jar of garlic stuffed olives.
I love olives. I don't get the garlic stuffed ones, but I get the green Calavetrano, I think. The Calavetrano. They're not stuffed with anything. I get a jar of those every week.
Yeah, I mean, I'll eat any olives, but like the ones with the garlic or the garlic and jalapeno,
like those
nice big olives. Yeah, I like the regular pimento ones too. And the only ones that I don't eat whole are the black olives. Just I'll eat those as a topping on something or a salad or whatever.
They're kind of boring compared to the fancy olives. So, yeah. But so I guess for me it's tomato season. So I really don't want to eat anything but tomatoes. I should never eat tomatoes. I have trouble with them. They kind of like make my mouth get sores and they give me acid reflux, but I can't stop. I can't stop. So I was telling Jake, because he wanted to go out to this restaurant for pizza on Saturday. So he's like, you can't eat any tomatoes for 24 hours beforehand. And so in the morning, I'm like, I didn't have any tomatoes for 48 hours, so we're good. I'm like, but I had a few cherry tomatoes when we were outside, but that doesn't count. And he's like, oh, you had a line of tomatoes.
Just a bump. It's a bump of tomatoes.
Like, I can quit whenever I want. So, no, I love tomatoes. I grow basil. I grow tomatoes. I made this ravioli over the weekend, homemade ravioli, where I like stuffed them. And then I made them with a sauce with cherry tomatoes and basil that I grew. And it was really good. But I'm in the next couple days, I'm going to get some big ones ripe. They're a variety called Tasmanian chocolate. And I'm pretty excited to try that because I've never tried that variety. So, I mean, I'll probably feel terrible afterwards. I'm going to eat them anyways.
That's true though. Like when certain things are in season, I forgot about that. Like right now, it's tomato season. It's also it's peach and plums.
Oh yeah,
and I will consume an alarming amount of peaches when they're in season, and then in wintertime, I'm all about the oranges.
I love oranges too. I had peaches on my table because peaches when they're out of season are terrible. Like the first mushy peach you get from a store, it's over. So
yeah,
I'm eating a lot of peaches now. We got a couple of really good melons over the weekend that were grown locally. Those were really good. So I like those. This is a good time of year to eat. There's good produce to be.
We had a watermelon. Jenna and Lillian went to Sam's and they got a bunch of fruit. And one thing they brought home was just like a really huge watermelon. We couldn't finish all of it. Family of 4.
So Jake and I will buy a big watermelon and he'll eat like 3/4 of it by himself. And I don't know how he can eat that much watermelon and be okay. It doesn't seem to affect him though.
It kind of makes my stomach a little
It doesn't
bloated,
bother me,
really.
but I just can't physically eat as much watermelon as he can.
It's
So
intense.
I know.
It's an intense experience.
It's intense. But yeah, we've been getting a watermelon every week too. So it's a good time of year to eat. There's a lot of good food. Green Machine Sweden says harvesting cucumbers, tomatoes in 2 to 3 weeks. That's pretty exciting. I'm really only getting the little tiny ones right now. Soon I'll get the big ones. So. But they're all good. They're all good.
No.
Overtly overstocked Oscars. June cannot eat furry fruit. So you could get nectarines instead. They're like a fuzzless peach, but honestly, like I think
They're not as good. They are not as good.
I agree. The fuzz makes it taste better. I like.
I don't agree with that either, though. Like I mean, I like a peach. Like I don't care about peeling it. When I was younger, I would peel them because I didn't like the texture of the skin. That was the same thing about same way about apples too. I didn't like apple skin when I was
really?
younger.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the only time I would peel an apple would be like from pie or something.
Mm-hmm.
Nancy wants to challenge Jake to a watermelon eating contest. You know, I'll cut up a watermelon for the two of you and you can put it in a big bowl. I'll give you each a fork and you can just go to work.
A fork?
Well, because I always cut the watermelon into chunks because Jake will have it all over his shirt otherwise. He can't.
And like this.
You have a point. I don't know. He prefers watermelon cut into chunks, and I mean, he cleans the cat box every week.
Watermelon is a finger food.
Chunks.
No, there's no forks involved.
Yeah, I cut it into chunks because what he wants, and I mean, cleans up so much cat barf. It seems like so. The cats really reserve all of their barfing for the weekends for some reason. I don't know why that is.
Do your cats make a weird noise to telegraph their barf?
Yeah, like when they're on the couch and I hear the, I'm like, oh God, heave the cat off the couch.
So our cat now, I mean, she does the whatever, but before that she goes like a weird whine, sounds like a baby. But it's an extra like 10-second lead time. So like if she's on the couch or on the carpet or the bed, yeah. So I appreciate her warning.
I don't have that kind of warning. So yeah. June says hairballs are gross. Indeed. Oh my God. The one Jake cleaned up on Saturday. I will cook that man whatever he wants. I will cut up his watermelon however he wants. That hairball, how did it come out of that cat? How was the cat okay? I don't know.
What's a plum?
Because it was big kitty. He's furry.
A plum apricot hybrid thing?
Yeah. Are they called like pluots sometimes? Pluots. Those are good.
Yeah. Okay.
Later in the season, when the plums are in season, there's a really good plum cake you can make. It's the famous New York Times plum cake. Super easy to make. And you need to do it when you get the little tiny plums, which are only in season in September. You can only get them. But that cake is so good. I recommend it. It's very easy to make if you want an easy cake.
I do love cherries too. Yeah.
I love cherries too. They're kind of hard on my stomach. But they're very good. I do like them. Ted likes the Rainier cherries. You know, I think the Bing ones are better. I just like white peaches are not as good as yellow peaches.
Yeah, I fell for the whole white peach thing before. They were all packaged fancily. Like, yeah.
So when I was in grad school, all the ladies who were in the lab, I brought in like a whole bunch of like white peaches and yellow peaches. And we had a blind testing of them. And it was split. Half the people liked the white ones and half the yellow. And I liked the yellow ones in the blind tests. So, because the yellow ones, they have more interesting flavor. The white ones, though, are sweeter, I guess.
Now, do you care if it's freestone versus cling?
I mean, both taste good, but I have to say that the freestone ones are a lot easier to cut up. Like if you're making a smoothie or a cobbler or something, they're a lot easier to deal with. But they both taste, if you get a good peach. I don't know. Do you have thoughts on that?
Uh, I am more along like give me one that tastes good and
Mm,
I'll deal with whatever features
yeah.
it has.
If you're just eating it out of hand, it doesn't matter at all.
Right.
So we get good peaches up here because they grow them in Michigan. Because of the lake effect, they can grow a lot of fruit up there. Like, so I'm zone 6, but there are parts of Michigan that are like zone 7 or zone 8 even. Well, I don't think zone 8, but zone 7 because of the lake effect. So by Traverse City, they have a lot of cherry orchards and peaches and all kinds of fruit farms. And the Michigan peaches are good. So M&C Aquatic says that his pawpaws are almost ready to pick. I have always wanted to try a pawpaw. I'm very jealous. I would love to try a pawpaw.
How
I've
long does
heard
it
they're
take for a
very good.
pawpaw tree to mature?
I think it takes a few years and you need a male and a female. So like
Mm,
you really need to commit. I don't know if they'll grow down in your climate or not. I'm not sure.
I don't think so.
It's a little too hot down there.
Really, I feel like deep in the Mulm, the
Randy
co-op, yeah, they were talking about pawpaw trees.
is pawpaw obsessed. I mean, it's all pawpaws all the time for him. So MNC, you should tell Randy about your pawpaw. He'll want to know. So I mean, they're native to Iowa. They're native to Indiana. So
Hmm.
MNC says they taste like a banana. I've heard that, and I've had pawpaw relatives because like guanabana and what other plant? Custard apple, they're sometimes called, or sour sop. So guanabana is the Spanish name. I had those down in Panama and Costa Rica and Colombia, and those are amazing. They're so good. The custard apple and the guanabana, so good. So sour sop and sweet sop. That's their English name, but they're very tasty, and they're related to pawpaw. Yeah, I'd like to try it. So Josh S says I want to try maypop. So I'm actually growing. If you want to watch my content, I am growing a passion flower.
Oh yeah, I saw a
Yeah,
picture
and
of
it's
that on
getting some
Discord.
fruits. It's getting some fruits, but I showed one of the passion flowers. It's a different species than the maypop, though. So the maypop is passion flower, Passiflora incarnata. This one is Passiflora cerulei, but it is developing fruits. I don't think the fruits on the cerulei are very exciting, though. But I'll report back. The maypops, I've heard they're good, but they don't have a whole. You can make like juice or jelly out of them, but they don't have a whole lot of fruit to seed ratio. But I would like to try one. Ted says he has pawpaw trees. Ted, do they produce fruit? Scotty says his cats have paws. So there you go.
Yeah, I was gonna share this. This is your passion flower.
There you go. Passiflora cerulei.
Pretty
I'm
cool.
growing that. It's flowered. It doesn't flower a ton at once, but the flowers look so cool.
Yeah.
So
Dade asks, can pothos, nubius, and java fern go outside in ponds? So you don't want to give pothos direct sun, but I do have some pothos in the shaded pond. Java fern and nubius, like if you put it in the pond with light on it, it's just gonna have hair algae and crap all around it. You can put it in very deep shade. There's really not much point in putting it in a pond, but
I wouldn't
it's
put
just a
any of
matter
those.
of
Yeah.
shade it. But yeah, the
My
pothos
ponds
is
are
doing
full
okay.
sun, so I wouldn't do
Yeah.
pothos. As for Anubias and Java fern, I don't think I'd bother with those either. They just,
No.
yeah,
I
they're
do
better.
have some Anubias in the shade in the pond that I've just ignored because I just threw it in there. Like, I want to see what happens, but I'm sure it's like riddled with hair algae and mulm and stuff. And you don't see it because if you can see it, it's getting too much light out there.
So Ted says that Veronica's garlic is harvested. That's Ted's wife. And curing outside underneath my deck smells like a sweaty Italian. Well, she's used to it, Ted.
Nice.
Renee says tons of passion fruit growing out in a field near my house. Finds everywhere. That must be the Passiflora incarnata, which is native to the United States. It's a cool plant. Really cool purple flowers. Renee, have you tried the maypops? Are they good? I love passion fruit, the tropical kind. How are the maypops? So Green Machine Sweden says, I had to check up pawpaw, Asimina triloba. It's native to the United States. I do have one in my greenhouse. Now I just need to spend the rest of my life hoping for fruits. So you need a male and a I think you need 2 trees because they have to cross-pollinate. I don't think that keeping it in your greenhouse would be worth your time. You could plant it in a yard. Like, they're cold hardy to colder climates than you live in. So the upper Midwest is colder than Sweden even for grow zone. It's cold here. So I wouldn't grow one in a greenhouse. I would plant it in a yard. Ted says yes, but not took years. Well, that's exciting. Didn't take years for them. It took years for them to mature. All right. Very tight window to harvest pawpaws and birds get them. I have also heard that. I think there is one farmer who brings them to market here. They have them 1 week of the year. I need to figure out who that is and see if I can pre-reserve a pawpaw. Because that would be exciting. But maybe I don't know, maybe I'll just go visit M&C Aquatics and have one of his pawpaws.
There you go. Man, it's been forever since I took a picture of the pond.
Where does Mike live? I can't remember. Kansas. That's pretty far from me. Kind of, I don't know who's farther, Ted or Mike. I'm right in the middle of them. I think Mike is farther.
Man, has it been a month since I took a picture of the freaking pond? I'm trying to find just a photo of the pothos there, and yeah. Let's see.
So Green Machine Sweden says colder, yes, but the humidity in winter kills everything American if not protected in a greenhouse. It is pretty dry in our winters here because it's colder, and cold air does not hold as much humidity. So.
All right. So this was
Mike.
2 weeks ago. Come on down. We'll share. Nice.
That's a bit of a hike for me, but thank you.
So yeah,
looking good.
Pothos doing that in there. It's in the
Pretty
shade,
shady.
so it's all.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't grow that in my pond. My pond is blaring in the full sun. So
yeah, and then there's some kind of monstera. Me doing okay. I need to take more pictures because the lizard tail that Ted sent me is blooming, and this Juan Visa is just absolutely devastated by aphids.
Aww.
This is 2 weeks ago, so everything's looking okay.
The aphids, yeah. So I don't know if pothos is hardy down there. I don't think it is. South Florida.
No, I got plenty of it if I forget to bring it in.
Yeah, whatever. Pothos is a renewable resource, but I think it's hardy in South Florida. I don't think it is for you. So
this was it Taro Mojito?
Yeah, that looks good.
I'm pretty sure I got this from Keith KJE 2 years ago. It comes back every year, and I've moved it out of direct sun, and it's doing a crap ton better. The leaves have gotten bigger, and more leaves are growing, and baby plants growing. So I was just giving it way too much sun this whole time, and so I'm gonna keep it there probably.
Yeah, it looks good. So. Yeah, different colocasia different levels of sun because I have that colocasia zebrina, and it likes shade, and it's doing good. I have it planted in a container, not in a pond, and it's doing good. And then my Pharaoh's mask, it's in full sun, and it was doing so well. And then the motherfucking raccoons just destroyed it, and it's come back, but
Yeah, Keith, you did sell this, right? Pretty sure that's where I got it from.
So it doesn't get too tall.
Yeah,
I
I
really
just
like I still think my favorite one is the coffee cups. And it's easy to find at garden centers because Proven Winners sells it. I highly recommend that one.
whoa, what kind of raccoon? Just
Like a raccoon.
trash panda brand of
I mean, we
raccoon.
have a
Like
lot
what?
of raccoons here, and they are very bold. And I'm pretty sure, yeah, they just stomped through my bog box and they dislodged the spray bar. So it was just like shooting up. And they
What do they
probably
want?
got
They want a
scared.
goldfish or what? Like,
What?
what do they want
I think they're just
from
having a
there?
good time washing things in the bog. It's fun. You know, they're young raccoons and, you
Mm.
know, good time is had by all. But yeah, one of them I think just probably fell backward and just crushed my Pharaoh's mask, colocasia, and just broke all the stems. So I cut it back and it's coming back, but still. Yeah, Matt, you can go fuck yourself. That's what I have to say about that. Make your comments known, people.
Mm-hmm.
Please comment after the stream because Stephen never swears. So.
Yeah, I can swear all I want. I'm a man. It's
That's
very
right.
manly.
I need to be ladylike. I should probably go
Yes.
sew something. You know, I could do some needlework.
It's a strange kitchen you're sitting in right now.
It is. You know, the funny thing is I do engage in a lot of ladylike pursuits. I knit and I cook and I do a lot of crafts, but I swear. Chevy fishing, true, they are inquisitive and nosy, and they like running water because they like to wash their food in it. So they probably like the bog. And we have a lot of baby raccoons in the neighborhood, and they're cute, and they like to eat the cat food. So, you know, they probably just got scared because they dislodged the spray bar, and then it started squirting out, and they probably just fell back and just, there was probably just some raccoon chaos. So...
that would have been fun to get on camera.
Yeah, it would be. I should
put
a camera on the pond so we could see what's going on. I've had things knocked over before. I mean, there's also the fucking cats. There's them because they like to drink from the pond, and so they'll hop up onto the to the potted plants. They'll knock them over. So that's a thing. But I think this was raccoons. I just feel like it was raccoons. I can't say for certain, though. It could have been teenagers for all I know.
Rachel can fold a fitted sheet. What sort of sorcery is that?
I cannot do that. Wow.
By fold, do you mean wad up and put in the closet like you're supposed to?
I don't know how to do that. I've seen YouTube videos on how to do it, and I still can't do it. I don't fold the fitted sheets. I also don't change the sheets. Jake does that. He changes them every Saturday for me. It's very nice of him. So yes, Nathan, I do the dishes and laundry, Kelly. I don't.
That's not Nathan.
Oh, it's Garage Gills. I get them mixed up. Sorry.
Nathan.
You know, when Nathan stops going by Nathan Hovey, I just no longer can know his name. It's too hard. It's just too hard because it's what Gills to Gardens or Gardens to Garages to Gills. There's probably no
garages.
Garage in there.
Gills to Gardens, and then there's and then Lance is Grills to Gills. So
it's too hard. Just go by your goddamn name, people.
You hook all four corners over your fist, and it lines up pretty good.
Wow.
Our Coro says you have to tuck the twiddle and twaz the tuffle when you fold the elasto shadsto.
It's too hard. I mean, between the two of us, Stephen and I went to school for roughly 50 years. Well, maybe not quite that
sheet
much.
Folding.
We can't figure it out. It's too hard.
I live out of my laundry basket for clothes too. Like I don't fold a lot of linens.
Date us if I live in Michigan or Louisiana in the United States, and do I come to Aquarium Co-op? None of those are true about me. I live in Indiana. I have been to Louisiana. I go
One
there
of
every
those
year
three
to visit
things is true
Stephen.
about me. Yeah, I live in Louisiana.
And I go to Michigan, I guess, a fair amount because I only live like 40 minutes from Michigan. So sometimes I go up there. I am going up there. Well, no, I don't. I think I'm going to do it remote because the Detroit club has asked me to speak for them, but their meetings are on like Thursdays, and Detroit is like 2.5 hours or so from my house. I just don't think I can do it unless I were to take off time, and I don't think I can. So, but I go to Michigan on occasion. I have never been to Aquarium Club. I have not been to Seattle since I was about 21. So, but I should go to Seattle. I have lots of friends up there. I could hang out with Candy. We would have a great time.
There you go.
We would have a great time because we would just
Yeah.
talk about plants.
I've been to Seattle, but I was like 17, 18 years old.
Yeah. I lived in Seattle for a summer. I was an intern in a lab at the Fred Hutchinson Cancer Research Center. I was it was between my junior and senior year. So,
Hey, Kelley, how come women rarely wear watches?
how come you can't spell my name, Ted? Come on. Like
The joke is null and void now.
Oh, learn to spell, Ted. Did they not teach you that in grad school?
Oh, this is a perfect time to debut the stupid TikTok impulse buy that I made last week. Ready?
Let's see it. Oh my goodness.
It'll take a lot of restraint not to overuse that. But it's there.
Whatever you paid for it, it's worth it.
$12 plus shipping.
Totally worth it. But here's the thing. Above all, you can never use that for anything Jenna says.
No, that would be very rude. I have to live with her.
But you can use it for your kids.
Yeah.
That's great. That's great. I mean, we've all impulse bought things. I don't go on TikTok. I bought sandals impulse over Instagram, but
it's so easy to buy from TikTok once you do it once. Like you find something useful and you buy it, and then they got your credit card information, and it's just you're scrolling at 2 a.m. and you're like, that's funny. Bye.
Buy this.
And a week later, it's there. And once you buy something from TikTok, that's your algorithm is like, you want to buy things.
Well, then we want to sell you things.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't think you need another little tiny trombone, though. I mean, I think you really only need the one.
Yeah, just the one. I mean, but I'm sure there's other instruments out there. I don't have a world's tiniest violin. Yeah, exactly.
So Matt suggests Stephen do what I do. Use Fat Kitty's credit card. I mean, he is fast and loose with the credit card. That's why they call him Fast Kitty. He's still asleep in my office, I'm pretty sure, because he just really needs to just be up in my grill all day long. So he has to sleep right in front of my keyboard all day. And I have to erect a little barrier of just objects so he doesn't stomp on my keyboard. So
yeah. Oh, Jenna already answered this, but Dade was asking, do I get winters in my city? Kinda. It's chilly, and then we get maybe what did Jenna say? Like 10 or less days below freezing, and it's usually no more than a couple of days.
You guys got some real snow. Was it this winter?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was really weird for you guys. And your children didn't have any gloves or anything to play in the snow.
Nope. So what do they do? Like put socks on their hands or something like that. Yeah.
Well, that's good that they got to see that. That's a cool experience for them. So.
And now Ted can't even finish his sentence.
Ted's Did Ted have a seizure? Did Ted stroke out? Ted, if you smell burnt toast, call 911.
Hurry up, Ted. You don't have much time. We have, I think, who's streaming in a few
Scotty
minutes? I
is
think
streaming,
Scotty.
where Scotty is going to tell us how he doesn't understand the laws of thermodynamics. Because he put an air conditioner in the basement is going to somehow blow the cold air upstairs. It's just not how thermodynamics works, Scotty. I told Jake about that, and he's like, well, you'd have better, you'd be better off trying to convince the cats what to do. So
he should put ice in his attic, and then the cold will.
That's true. It will fall. I mean, we want to put the air conditioner on a higher floor so that the cool air falls, because hot air rises. That's how convection works.
So yeah, we got Scotty and Steen. Let's see here, Hoggins. They streaming at 6. So many choices.
So many choices. Put one on your laptop and one on your phone. Put one on your TV and just turn between all three of them commenting. Watch them all. Watch Scotty's on double time.
If you have a YouTube premium account, you can watch Scotty's on 4X if you want. You can't understand anybody, but it's an option.
You'll get just as much out of it if you watched it on regular times. There's nothing there. Well, it's time for dinner for Stephen and I. We've done enough. We've entertained you people enough.
Indeed. All right. Thanks for stopping by.
Thank you. We missed you all.
Indeed.
And thank you to our mods and to our super chatters and to all of our lurkers and our replay crew. And we'll see you all next week.
Oh, it was the same joke.
It's the same joke.
Yeah.
Is my name spelled right, or is it spelled?
Well, it's spelled differently.
No. Wow. I've never met a Kelley spelled with. I've met lots of Kellys with different spellings. I've never met one with that.
All right. Bye,
Bye, everyone.